What's good? Backing out with another reaction. You know what I'm saying? In this video, we're gonna be talking about the last drug kingpin of Oakland, the story of King Ant. I kind of read through the comments. Bros known as Ant Flowers. They didn't call him King Ant, so hey, this is the story of Ant Flowers. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Warren Cali. Did you hear that? I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? Get yours ready, bro. Take a hit. You know what I'm saying? Relax. Kick your feet up. Good, we go get into this. Watch it again. Like, comment, subscribe. And if you don't, I still appreciate y'all for tapping in. 30 seconds at least. Let's get into this video. Let's check it out. You know what I'm saying?
Welcome back to another episode of Warren Cali.
Let's see what's
In this
up.
episode, I'm going to detail the story of Oakland
Shout
drug
out
dealer,
Warren Cali.
King Ant.
Shout out to bro.
Many black people arrived in Oakland in mass between 1940 and 1970.
From LA,
which is
no?
called the Second Great Migration. This was a result of black people leaving the American South during the time of the Jim Crow laws, which enforced racial segregation.
Right.
Local jobs in the Bay, particularly during the World War II era, such as shipyard work, offered black Americans middle-class wages. And by 1980, Oakland, California had a population of 47% black people. Oakland was home to the black rights organization,
Oakland,
the Black Panther Party. Students Huey P. Newton and Bobby Seale founded the Black Panther Party in 1966, which emphasized black nationalism and advocated armed self-defense against police, and was involved in several events that ended in death of police officers. The Black Panthers brought a lot of good to the urban community.
Right.
Among their social programs were feeding children and providing other services to the needy, along with a host of successful programs and giving a sense of identity.
Hey, if the government ain't gonna do it, people band together and they do it themselves. You know what I'm saying? To make is why unity. Together we're strong, united as one, divided we fall. You know what I'm saying? So I say that to say, you know what I mean?
And stretch it to the black community.
Or what? Or what's the handshake, bro? That it's a bitsy spotted when not the water spout one. You know what I mean?
But the Black Panthers, which were later spread all across America, was taken down by the government, and by the 80s, this left Oakland black community in a frenzy. And Oakland, when the rest of the world would be affected by the new drug that took over the urban communities, and it was called crack. Many families would become destroyed, with many parents becoming addicts and many youths becoming drug dealers. Drug dealers began fighting for control of many projects, streets, and turfs, creating drug wars all over America, making the 80s and 90s some of the bloodiest times in history of America. Now, Oakland had many prominent drug dealers and street legends. Most notably,
I feel like all that drug era, I feel like that was just the government, allegedly, you know? Entertainment purposes only. Strictly for entertainment purposes only. I do not know nothing. But allegedly in Grand Theft Auto, I feel like, you know what I mean? They had a hand in it,
people
bro.
like Felix Mitchell, Little D, Mickey Moore, and the list goes on.
Right.
Now, Ant Flowers, who would later gain the name King Ant, was born around 1965 and was raised in East Oakland, which would become a war zone in the 80s and 90s.
Damn.
You had drug kingpins like Felix Mitchell and Mickey Moore's crews began fighting against each other to control the drug trade of Oakland, leading to deaths on both sides. Felix Mitchell was the man who started everything, law enforcement officers would say. He was running Oakland's first large drug scale in the late 70s and early 80s. Felix Mitchell sparked the first city drug war, and he caught the attention of federal agents in August of 1980, when 6 gang-related killings occurred over 3 days. These killings were casualties of war between Felix Mitchell's the mob and also Mickey Moore's the family, a gang that sprung up to challenge Felix Mitchell's control of the drug trade. Both Mickey Moore.
So they was beefing with each other. But hey, I want to point out, when y'all look at these videos, these stock footages right here, that's like Oakland back in the day. It's like a whole different world back then. No, you know what I'm saying? More people were outside and everything. That's what's crazy, bro. Damn, it was a whole different world now.
Moore and Felix Mitchell
would
be arrested a year later.
I feel like technology ruined, you know what I'm saying, socializing and all that, like reality, all the morals and all that. I feel like technology ruined that because a lot of people jump on here behind a camera or a phone, and they're quick, they're a keyboard, and they're quick and too easy to disrespect someone, but they wouldn't do it in real life. So I feel like bullying should come back. My personal opinion, you know what I'm saying?
Since the lengthy sentences, Felix Mitchell will later be
Because back then, you'd see him.
killed in prison in 1986.
RP.
The 80s spawned an entire generation of killers and dealers, and young men like King Ant, who tried to follow example of several former drug kingpins on how to hit it big.
Right.
One of the biggest drug dealers of the newer generation of Oakland will be a drug dealer named Little D, who I did a previous episode about. If you haven't seen that,
I think I reacted to that, so go check it out. And if I didn't, it's coming up.
Check that episode out.
Content,
Little
bro.
D will form a crew called LDI.
Never.
Little D came from Felix Mitchell's reign, being his nephew. But Little D reign will also be short-lived, and he'll be arrested and serve a lengthy sentence.
Damn.
Others will take over the reins of LDI's crew, like Timothy Blewett, and a young member of LDI will be King Ant. King Ant will work for years under LDI, building his name up on the streets of Oakland. He was putting in work and drug dealing. A fist fight at a spring 1989 picnic and barbecue in Oakland sprouted into a full-blown 2.5-year war for power in the Bay Area's drug war. While members of the infamous LDI gang gathered to eat and socialize at Oakland's Diamond Park in early May of 1989, LDI lieutenants King Ant and Eric Squeeze Smith would come to blows, with Squeeze allegedly getting the best of King Ant. This situation would change the gang makeup of Oakland. In the wake of this embarrassing incident, King Ant decided to go off on his own and go find his own crew, which would become a rival to LDI. The next round of Oakland drug wars began, with killings and shootings so frequent, it was hard for police to keep up. Federal authorities arrested Timothy Blewett in 1991, but the violence between the two gangs
and a lot of y'all said the Bay ain't like that, bro. It's proof that the Bay's been like that. NorCal in general has been like that. California in general has been like that. Because a lot of people be talking down on LA, and all LA and neighboring cities area, including San Diego and all them. They're like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you can get it anywhere. It's just crazy.
In the eventual third gang,
it ain't all beaches and palm trees, bro. You get left by one.
Ran by a man named Emmanuel Lacey, continued. King Ant operated until an intensive wiretap investigation gave federal authorities the ammunition they needed to put him away. Damn. Prosecutors would say that King Ant ran the East Oakland cocaine trafficking organization from 1988 to 1994. King Ant was arrested for drug conspiracy and distribution. King Ant and his brother Sammy were among 46 people arrested in 1994 in the East Bay law enforcement sweep, targeting major gangs suspected of controlling the cocaine trade in Oakland. But King's Ant attorney would say that her client had no prior felonies, and she said that King Ant is no kingpin. In the worst light, he was a buyer and a seller, she said. But he certainly wasn't anybody's leader of anything or a kingpin.
Hey, they be trying to throw that jacket on anyone, bro. You got a little bit of money, and they be trying to throw that jacket on you. So, but I get the attorney trying to throw the argument out there. There's no free the boy, you know what I'm saying?
Oakland's mayor at the time, Jerry Brown, wanted to get all drug dealers long sentences. So King Ant was one of the people he wanted the most. He would go to King's Ant trial and make his voice known. King's Ant wife Barbara told Jerry Brown, "I have to tell my children." Jerry Brown made sure their father could never come back home to see his kids, and Jerry sat there in silence but was pleased with the outcome of the trial. King Ant was sentenced to 28 years in prison in 1999. Police will say he was the last in the line of kingpins from that era. This will conclude this episode. If you haven't already, check out my previous.
I think bro's already out or almost out, right? 20. I can't math right now, my bad. I'm ready. And I hope y'all are too. If y'all made it to the end, I appreciate y'all. What do y'all think about this? You know what I'm saying? This is why I say it's usually beef like that starts in the 80s, 90s, even the 70s. And it just, our generations will inherit it. You know what I'm saying? But bro's doing the big 5 years. It's a 5-year run. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. Free him though. But anyways, if y'all made it to the end, I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Happy New Year. Comment Warren Cali, because shout out to Warren Cali. Video going to be in the description. Catch on the next one, gang. We out.